Hello there, this is Smith Welding and Restoration. I am your host, Adam Niffen. Stick around, see what's in the garage this week. Hi there. Today, what we're working on, as you can see from all the grinding and sparks, we're taking the last of the paint on the outside of this fender off, and we're basically tracking down where all the bad rust, pitting, rot through, actual tears in the sheet metal, because there are some, and we're tracking down these issues. Generally speaking, as per my specific shop operating procedures, I get the whole car to this point. We go through one piece at a time, cut out the bad parts, come back in, got the templates, warm everything, weld it, give it the proper metal finish, be it lead, metal to metal, which, to be frank, I've never used the product before, but I understand if you're not using lead, that's the way to go. As you can see, the fenders on this old Monte Carlo are rough but not unsalvageable. So we're going to go through, I'm going to give you kind of a poke around on this one. I got some bolts and such to take out. They may end up being cut out. I don't know yet. Let's take a look and see some of the other problem areas.
So we're looking at these areas, that's rotted clean through. There's a whole bunch of Bondo underneath here. Nope, it's not this one. I apologize. There's a bunch of Bondo underneath this one. Oh, give me some. There's a bunch of Bondo underneath this one. You can see where it's all filled in. Underneath is pure Bondo. This whole section on this fender is going to have to go. This one here, it's going to be small spot sections. We're going to go ahead and cut out to that hole and down. We're going to cut out to that hole, not because it's a problem area, but because I got to section it out to here at least. So I might as well take the hole with it, because it's getting filled in. That's where our trim went. It's no longer going to be there. It's another one to deal with. We've got some ripples here. You can see where the mud's still in it. Some ripples across here where it's been impacted hard. I expect the metal to be thin there and possibly need a section repair there. This area here, aside from the pitting, this metal's in incredibly good shape. I could take and use an acid, clean that up, or I can cut this section out and replace it. Mind you, these are professional repairs at a professional locale. And they're going to be done right and well, but we also have to take in mind that time and budget indicate a lot of other issues. Now, that's not bad, it's usable. It can serve the life of the vehicle just fine if we choose to use it. Haven't decided yet. Over here, we're going to have to do some hammer and dolly work, because this is just going to plane down and down, dip here and curve down here. We're omitting this because these lights depend on a piece of trim being from here to here. We're getting rid of that trim. We're omitting the marker lights, as well as the tail side marker lights. There's a lot of hammer and dolly work to be done on these. Now when we get to this point, it's been ground down with high-speed sander. We got real aggressive gouges, okay? We didn't gouge and thin this metal out. We took it to where it it took finish off and we stopped at the metal. The minute there's a minute spark, we stop. You continue, you'll go right through this. This is much heavier steel than they use nowadays, but still, you'll ruin a good automobile part by grinding too aggressively. You see where we've left some of the body filler. Now, the goal here is, and you can see here where we did, we went over this area with 80 grit on a DA. What it does, it smooths out the surface. Still got really good tooth for any product we need to put on it. Smoothed out the area, so now I can run along and feel that using palm, fingers, everything. That's where we're at so far. We're going to check back here in a little while when we get started with some of these repairs. We have a tear there. Tear there. Tear there. That's a weep hole. That is what keeps these from rotting out through here. These get plugged up. You don't have any of this left. The inside of this is really not too bad shape. We have some areas. Most of it's rust free, which we almost don't care about because we're going to scrub it and use a rust preventative rust killer. Some rust down in there. We'll take care of that as it comes. What I want to do is get it to where I only have to have this in this position once. We'll dress it, metal finish it, flip it over, and start on some other repairs. We'll go through this a piece at a time in this car. Okay, we're going to run into issues real soon with this, because there's too big a gap behind the bridge. You use a different type of metal, non-ferrous metal, you got it. This is for a backer behind there. Yeah. You set stuff on fire with a welder, by the way. So look at these little welds. They're ugly boogers, and they did exactly what I wanted. Like I said, the welder's turned up much hotter than you would standardly. I've got it at 16 gauge, speed of almost 7. This is like, that's the top limits of what this steel really is. It's a little hotter than it needed to be. That one isn't perfection. That's going to give us something to work with though. It's not going to interfere with anything inside here. I'm going to leave most of that alone. It looks a lot more pronounced than it is. Now we've got that tear, and that tear. We're going to go ahead and grind them down. I'll show you the final result. Very little other finishing going to be needed. That's the goal. Mind you, the inner fender well comes down to here. It actually invades this space. Body clips go here. Those pieces of trash I threw on the ground earlier go here. Inner fender well skirts down to here.
bolt runs through. That's how these are fastened. So these, you got to be at about 80%. We'll still get them up to about 90. This here, you'll see it plain as day, and it's in the wheel wells. That's the next big spot that people will notice because it's framing everything. Template. It's red rosin paper available at your friendly neighborhood department store, home repair store.